Welcome in here, ladies and gentlemen, tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is back to the dirt racing action that everybody looks forward to every Thursday night. It is the Upstate Racing League. It is the Bartel Builder Street Stockers up here first on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Last week, not on the air to bring you all the action as we had an off week here on the Turn 3 Racing Network for these drivers, but they did run a makeup race with the Street Stocks. That's right, the Street Stockers were back in action last week at the Rain Out Charlotte race from a couple weeks back. So that one did happen. So everything now officially in the point standings is back up to normal. Let's take a look at it. Right there is your Bartel Builders Street Stockers Championship standings. After the Tri-State Soft Wash makeup race, this is how it looks. Brian Hacker back up on top. He's been there all season long. And tonight, as we roll here into the Fairbury Speedway, it looks like Brian Hacker is the favorite once again. Hacker has a 65-point lead right there over Robbie Schaefer. But sitting there in third, right behind him, though, that is going to be Justin McDell. Casey Bietti is sitting there fourth. Jimmy McIntyre Jr. is sitting there in that fifth position. Brett Bartels is sitting right there in the sixth position. And then is Josiah Millen. Upstate Racing League's very own Al Smith is sitting 8th in the points, and our friendly Canadian in the group here, Kelly Dahl, is sitting there 9th. Paul LaCourte rounds out the top 10 with our Street Stockers Championship standings. So now that is all up to date for all you race fans, well, who's ready to see a little action here from the Fairbury Speedway? Located in Illinois, one of the track's smallest dirt tracks, is going to bring you the most racing action right here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. 21 drivers have found their way here to this little track in Illinois. And the Illinois boy, Brian Hacker, right now has himself at the top of the speed charts. Qualifying coming up here in just a moment for these drivers to set the heat races. 5 minutes going to be on the board here for these drivers. Track is officially open. We will see which drivers are going to come out here and attempt their luck here tonight. One of the first drivers out onto the track is going to be the 53 Colin Phillip. Got the Chevrolet 53 out here tonight, rolling the bottom of the raceway. He thinks that's going to be the quick way around. We're going to see a lot of drivers with different ideas. Is it going to be the bottom groove or the top groove tonight? We'll see if a middle groove is going to come in here or not. We talked about our friendly friend from north of the border. Here is Kelly Dalton in the Turn 3 Racing Network. Machine right now sitting 5th after his first lap, and guess who's to the top of the boards? Not for very long. Jimmy McIntyre actually going to take it away. The Eddie's Meat Market Machine at the top of the speed charts right now. Hacker going to come across, though. He's going to complete his second lap, and it's good enough for second quickest. McIntyre comes back across the line. It's a little bit slower on lap number 2, but it's good enough for the pole position for the time being. This man, the old Shed 65 of Brandon Massey out of Ironton, Ohio. He is on the loud pedal. He is right now 4th on the speed charts, and he will finish up his qualifying run. It's the Hamburg Hot Dog, the Full Moon Garage entry here tonight. Robbie Schaefer, as he goes to the top of the speed charts, new quick time here in our qualifying session. Robbie Schaefer to the point. So right now it is Schaefer, then it is McIntyre, Hacker, Dole, and Massey, your top 4. Here is Andrew Plank. He is out here on his qualifying run. This will be his first timed lap. The driver of the Speed Energy number 64 Chevrolet here tonight at the Fairbury Speedway. Andrew Plank comes across the start-finish line, and he will, unfortunately, it looks like not going to get a timed lap in on lap number 1. We'll see if lap number 2 is going to count for the driver of the 64 here. Across the start-finish line, Andrew Plank going to slot into, it looks like another not allowed lap, but here is the driver out of South Glen Falls, New York. It is Al Smith. He goes up to the 9th quickest here in qualifying. Looks like about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here on the clock tonight in the Bartel Builder Street Stockers. Andrew Plank actually going to get credited with a 6th fastest timed lap. Al Smith is going to drop to 10th as his second lap is just a little bit slower here tonight. So now we wait and see if Casey Bietti or Wild Wayne McDuff are going to be able to find their way onto the Fairbury Speedway here tonight to lay down a lap. While we wait to see if a couple of these drivers come out here, while we have 2 minutes officially still on the clock, we got to thank everybody over at the Bartel Builders. Bartel Builders providing the highest quality in building products. And also, if you need a job done, hit up the Bartel Builders. They are focused on providing high-quality service for all your construction needs, whether it be new constructions, repair, install, or damage repairs. The Bartel Builders have you covered in every end that you need. Based out of Blue Earth, Minnesota, contact them today for all your home repairs. We also got to thank Tri-State Soft Wash. Tri-State Soft Wash brings industrial experience to each and every project, whether you're looking to finish a minor project or something that you have planned that is a major project. Tri-State is knowledgeable, team has the skills and the tools to make sure every job is done right. Go bowling, race fans. The pandemic all over the world is coming to an end, I should say. And when it's all done, I expect all of us to go bowling. Head on over to gobowling.com. Get your lane reserved now. Tonight's post-race show is brought to us by Austin Designs. You need a paint job done, a vinyl job done, head on over to Austin Designs. Tell them that the Upstate Racing League sent you their way. Butt kicker. Feel what you've been missing. Gaming is redefined with a butt kicker. Just ordered myself a rig, and it's going to be a butt kicker on it. Sudi's Country Market, located in New York, is all the country deli cuts and meats that you need. All the Upstate Racing drivers head to the meat market before they came here to Fairbury, so they are set and ready to go. And Track Racer, they are redefining gaming. You need an 80-20 rig or an 80-40 rig. They have every kind of rig design you need to get your sim racing career started and point in the right direction. And the Upstate Racing League, none of it could be done here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network if we didn't have the Upstate Racing League backing us right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But it looks like Robbie Schaefer, the Hamburg Hot Dog tonight, had the fastest qualifying time here in our qualifying session. So qualifying officially going to end here tonight for the Bartel Builders Street Stockers. The Do 40 tonight here coming up in just a little bit. Heat race number 1, though, going to be taking to the racetrack in just a moment. So it looks like a couple drivers have already made their way onto the track. So let's take you through your first starting lineup here tonight for heat race number 1. It is the Malden Motorsports Stop Bullying. It's the Racing to Stop Bullying starting lineup. Starting on the front row here tonight, it'll be the driver of the number 2. It's going to be Brett Bartels. Sam Warren, the driver of the 58 machine, he will roll off on the front row, P number 2. Starting in row number 2, the driver of the 53, you saw his qualifying attempt, he'll start 3rd. Next to him, it's the Airborne Park Speedway racer. It's going to be the number 12 of Brian Rogers Jr. Row number 3 here tonight, driving the number 3, starting in that 5th position. It's going to be Matt McLean. To his outside, the driver of the number 1 of Jeremy Carpenter. 4th row, it's Cold Beer Coyer, Zach Coyer in the 13, and Wild Wayne McDuff rounding out the 8-car field here for heat race number 1. 2 pace laps going to be the distance here this time by. Pace truck going to dive in, and we're about to go green flag racing in heat race number 1. Hope you're all ready for this one, race fans. Heat race number 1 coming your way. Green flag in the air for the first time as everybody's going to head down into turn number 1. Sam Warren to the outside. Bartel's down to the inside. Contact down to the inside. A little bit of a jumbled up mess here on lap number 1. That's going to put Warren and Bartel and Coyer all the way to the back of the field here as we stay green. Rogers, though, will lead lap number 1 here of heat race number 1. Carpenter from the last row to the second position. Here comes Colin Phillip, though, digging down on the bottom. Rogers has a little bit of problems up onto the outside lane. They come across the start-finish line side by side, and 3 wide behind him. It's going to be McLean down to the inside. It was going to be the 53 there of Phillip in the middle, and that was Carpenter also to the outside. Still a little bit of 3 wide action. Now they settle it down. It'll be 7 laps to go. It is Rogers out front. Then it is going to be the 53 of Phillips still battling side by side with McLean. McDuff is right there. Carpenter. Bartels is right there. Also Warren and Coyer a little bit off the pace, but they are all right here on the hunt. Sideways contact that time out of turn number 4. They were able to keep it going as we got 6 laps to go that time by. Here comes McLean with his Valvoline number 3 looking to the inside here of Rogers. Will the bottom lane be the place to go here tonight? McLean going to take the race lead, and it's going to be 5 laps to go here in heat race number 1. These boys tonight have brought their big boy shoes. They are battling. Oh, it looks like Sam Warren going to make a bit of a, we're going to call it a reroute direction here on the track, as it'll be McLean once again, but it's all Rogers and McDuff for that second spot. Wayne McDuff has not left the bottom groove here tonight. There you see the snap-on 413 closing in on that Valvoline number 3, as it'll be just 3 more laps now at the start-finish line here tonight. No fans in attendance here tonight at the Fairbury Speedway. It is only the racers and the crews that have made their way here to Illinois to race tonight. There you see it. Wayne's able to drive that number. Oh, somebody up into the Ute tire. That's going to be Phillip. Colin Phillip going to hit the Ute tire and drop a bunch of positions. Maybe the steering on that 53 now has a little bit of damage, but it was 2 laps to go for McLean at the line. Here comes McDuff. He runs a little bit lower through 3 and 4. Not going to be good enough to close the gap. It'll be 1 lap to go here in heat race number 1, presented by Butt Kicker. McLean right now as he works off turn 2. Everything looks good as he works into 3 and 4. It looks like it's going to be Matt McLean picking up heat race number 1. So McLean going to finish first. Then it's McDuff, Rogers, Bartels, Phillip, Carpenter, Coyer, and Warren rounding out our field here in heat race number 1. So as McLean picks up his first heat race win of the year, it's going to be another 7 drivers here to see who is going to be able to pick up heat race number 2 tonight. It's the Malden Motorsports Racing to Stop Bullying. Starting lineup, starting on the front row, it's the man out of Tennessee. It is the driver of the 29. That is Ira Kohlhaas. To his outside, the driver out of South Glens Falls, New York. It's the Smith Racing Inc. entry. It's going to be the 96 of Al Smith Jr. To their outside, it's the driver out of Pennsylvania. It's the Pennsylvania Posse, number 40, Jordan Henn Racing, Jack Daniels entry of Josiah Millen. And then it's going to be the driver, Tri-State Soft Wash driver, the 41 of Paul McCord. Starting behind them, row number 3, it's going to be one of the 2 Weatherbys here tonight. It's going to be the driver of the 42, Nicholas Weatherby, and it's going to be Jeremy Watkins in the 71. Starting shotgun to the field here tonight, it's going to be the driver of the 45, a Tri-State Soft Wash Rookie of the Year candidate. That's going to be Casey Bietti. That's going to be your 7-car starting lineup here for heat race number 2 as the iRacing Pace Truck does make its way down to pit road. Race fans, heat race number 2 coming right here, right now as they work off of turn number 4 this time. Green flag gonna drop here tonight. Green flag back in the air. Here we go racing heat race number 2. No holds barred here. Look at them. They're still side by side down the back straightaway. They come here and heat race number 2, working themselves into turn number 3, coming back here to try and lead the first lap. Contact there between the Pennsylvania driver and the New York driver. No love lost between them. That's the 41. Paul LaCourte going to spin it around. It's going to be the first caution flag here of heat race number 2. You saw it live there as Paul LaCourte just kind of lost the back end of the 41 machine. We will see if we can throw that back here in just a second. You saw the 41's tail fish that around. We'll check it out. As we hit the rewind button, there you see that 41 of Paul LaCourte up to the outside. Next time by, I believe, is this very small track here at Fairbury. Oh, there it is, actually turn 1. LaCourte just going to lose the rear end of that car. Around it goes. So the M&M Country Store entry 41 here tonight, going to bring out the first caution flag of the evening. But Ira Kohlhaas will be at the point. So it's Kohlhaas, Smith, Millen, Weatherby, Bietti, Watkins, and LaCourte. Right now, that is your 7 drivers as they're going to double them back up. Race fans, that means we are going back green flag racing. This time by, put 8 laps on the board when we take the green flag. Who do you got in heat race number 2? 2 laps in the books as the green flag comes back out here at the Fairbury Speedway. Kohlhaas going to go straight to the bottom. He is going to try and see if he can bring that 29 back around here and lead another lap tonight. Kohlhaas digging down to the bottom. Millen trying to stuff the Jack Daniels. Jordan Head Racing number 40 down there. Oh, Kohlhaas not going to be able to get the run. Heads up at the start-finish line. It will actually go to Smith. Smith is going to take the lead here with 7 laps to go. He is the first one to be able to go to the outside here tonight and make a pass. But here comes the big Western Tennessee driver of Ira Kohlhaas back down to the inside. But at the start-finish line, it is going to be Smith leading another one. Look at the 3-wide battle back here. Nicholas Weatherby to the outside. He is going to put the 45 on Bietti down below him. And then LaCourte was down there. He was digging on the bottom as Al Smith will take the race lead here in heat race number 2. He will see if he can pull away, as it looked like that was Bietti almost making contact with Weatherby there. Hard-nosed racing. Weatherby going to sail it off into the quarters 3 here. He's going to go way high. Kohlhaas having problems with the 29. He is about to lose the position. Here comes Millen. It's Millen to the inside. He's going to slide up in front of Weatherby. He loses the nose on the 40. Contact 3-4 wide down the back straightaway. Look at LaCourte. Goes for an early spin, and now he is right back into the hunt here. At the start-finish line, it was 3 laps to go that time by. Smith still continues to lead this one, but it is everybody behind him that is battling. There you see the 40 of Millen still to the outside. He's got the 42 of Weatherby behind him, and Bietti. All 3 of those drivers are up against the fence line here tonight at Fairbury. LaCourte down, working the middle section of the groove. Kohlhaas, the only one digging on the bottom here, catfishing around with just 2 laps to go in heat race number 2. Al Smith that time by went to the outside with the 96 entry. Look at Millen. He is right up against the fence line. He's going to get a good run. It's going to be the butt kicker, 1 to go. That time by, who's it going to be at the line? Is it going to be Millen or is it going to be Smith? Smith is going to come back across the start-finish line here. He will win heat race number 2. So Al Smith going to pick up his second heat race win of the season. Millen finishing there in the second position. Another 7 drivers. I lie. We're going to go straight to the B main here. Thought we had one more heat race here tonight for the Street Stalkers, but it looks like we will not. We will go straight into our B main, and this is the Stop Bullying starting lineup. Colin Phillip going to start on the front row. Then it's going to be the man you just saw out there. That's Nicholas Weatherby. Behind them is going to be Jeremy Carpenter and Casey Bietti. You just saw Bietti, and he was up into the outside wall. The crew got that car fixed and turned around real quick. He'll start there in the 4th position. 5th spot, it's going to be the Cold Beer 31 race team tonight. Driving the number 13, it's going to be Cold Beer Zach Coyer. Behind them, starting in the 6th starting spot here tonight, it's going to be the driver of the 71. That will be Jeremy Watkins. Starting shotgun to the field, it'll be the driver of the 58. That will be Sam Warren as your field starts to pull away here tonight. This is the B main, the last chance qualifier coming up here. I believe we are taking all 6 drivers out of the B main here, so all these guys, just a little bit of a, call it some test laps at this point for these guys. Well, we got to welcome everybody in on the Turn 3 Racing Network here tonight to watch the Bartel Builders Street Stalkers. The Pro Late Models coming up a little bit later on here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You don't want to miss that one from the Fairbury Speedway. Right now, you're watching the B main to see if they can all work themselves into a starting spot for the Do 40 coming up here in just a couple moments. iRacing Pace Truck, though, is down and away. That means this time by, let's drop the green flag, flag ban, And Johnny Pacers off, and we go racing 15 laps here in the B main event. As Phillips down to the bottom, out to the outside. That is going to be the 42 of Weatherby. Look at as they were 3 wide. Cold Beer Coyerson, hold my beer. Here we go. He went to go to the middle. He's going to lose a spot as Sam Warren works down to the inside as Bietti worked around him. Now it's still the side-by-side battle for the race lead at the line. It was Phillips. Colin Phillips able to lead. Lap number 1 contact there between Weatherby and 53 there of Phillip, as Phillip had to take a little bit of a scenic route down to the inside with his Chevrolet, as now he works back down to the inside, though will he be able to pass the 42 of Weatherby for the race lead, because they got Casey Bietti. He is right there in the monster. DC shoe entry. He is up working the high lane. The driver of the 45 able to work the high lane and make up a lot of ground. Look at him right up against it. This track is going to be a high line track late in the race here tonight once we get to the big dance, the main event coming a little bit later on. Look at Bietti as he storms around the outside there of that 53 of Phillip. Phillip now going to try and see if he can work his way to the outside. It is now a 2-horse race as they come by the start-finish line. This time it will only be just 10 laps to go. Look at everybody as they start to spread out. Looks like Jeremy Watkins right now made his way around the 58 of Sam Warren. So that'll move now Jeremy Watkins into the 5th position. Cold Beer Coyer as that number 13 Cold Beer car in the 4th spot, currently running. And then it's going to be Colin Phillips. And then it's the battle for the race lead up here. Still the 42 of Weatherby holding off the 45 of Casey Bietti with just 9 more laps to go here tonight. Bietti's going to go down to the bottom, see if he can slide up in front of Weatherby. He's going to be able to. Weatherby had to check up. Now Weatherby going to go down to the bottom, see if he can slide up in front of Bietti. He will make the slide job work himself too. Out of 2. Now here comes Weatherby. It's going to be haymaker after haymaker. Bietti tries to point it off the cushion at the start-finish line. It's going to be Nicholas Weatherby leading another lap here as Weatherby's going to slide up in front of Bietti. Bietti, though, crosses over, and now Weatherby back down to the bottom. Bietti's going to catch the catch fence with the right rear tire. At the line, Weatherby going to lead another one here. It's just going to be 6 laps to go. 9 laps in the book, 6 laps to go here as Bietti goes by. Weatherby going to go back down to the bottom. Bietti going to bounce it off the cushion again to the outside there in turn 3 and 4. At the line that time, give it to Casey Bietti. Bietti going to finally lead his 2nd lap. Only at 3 leaders here tonight. Here comes Bietti storming back down to the inside. Race fans, if you haven't guessed it, it is slide job crossover, slide job crossover by the front 2 here. Bietti and Weatherby putting on a show here. Neither of them making contact with either, but both of them still able to cross each other up. This time it's going to be the 45 of Bietti going down there. Weatherby going to try and put the car there, not able to contact between the 2 race leaders. 2 race leaders making contact, and now Weatherby going to go up and pinch off Bietti's crossover move, but Bietti going to be able to hammer back into it. They're going to get the 2 laps to go this time by. Who will win this one with just 2 laps to go as the popsicle sticks fly here tonight at Fairbury in the B main? Look at that as you saw the 45 of Bietti. He was pointing that 45 car directly to get a run. That time, look at them. They're bumping each other. They're throwing sliders. They're bumping. Then they're crossing each other over. 1 to go here on the B main tonight, brought to us by Butt Kicker. 45 of Bietti going to cross it over. Here comes Weatherby. 1 last-ditch effort. He's able to do it. Here comes a huge crossover drag race. Nicholas Weatherby gonna win the B main. Then it's Casey Bietti, Colin Phillips, Zach Coyer, Jeremy Watkins, Sam Warren, and Jeremy Carpenter not taking to the grid here in the B main event. So Weatherby gonna win this one. So as we have a 3-minute warm-up here real quick, race fans, we will be back right here to the Fairbury Speedway with your Do 40 Street Stockers event.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all of us command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true but stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rackets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Welcome back here, race fan, as the grid has started to take place here for the Do 40 main event here tonight for the Bartel Builder Street Stockers. This is how they will line up on the front row here of your Racing to Stop bullying. It is going to be the driver of the 64 of Andrew Plank starting row number 1. Brandon Massey, row number 1, starting P number 2. Row number 2, the man north of the border, is going to be Kelly Dahl. And then how about the hometown kid, Brian Hacker? Row 3, Jimmy McIntyre in the 81, and then it's going to be Hamburg's own Robbie Schaefer. Row number 4, Matt McLean in the Valvoline number 3, and then it'll be Al Smith Jr. in the 96. Row 5, it'll be Wild Wayne McDuff and Josiah Millett. Row 6, Brian Rogers Jr. and Big Country Kohlhaas of Ira Kohlhaas in the 29. Row 7, Brett Bartels in the Bartels number 2, and Paul LaCourte in the 41. Starting on row number 8, it'll be Nicholas Weatherby in the 42 and Casey Bietti. Row number 9, it's Colin Phillipson, Zach Coyer. And the final row, row 10, Jeremy Watkins and Sam Warren. That's your starting lineup here tonight for the Bartel Builders. Street Stockers as the iRacing pace truck already down and away, just like that, race fans. 40 laps for the Do 40 coming your way here from the Fairbury Speedway. iRacing says, let's go racing. Green flag is in the air here tonight as they race into turn number 1. It's going to be the old shed, Brandon Massey, coming out of turn 1 with the race lead. Contact there for Kelly Dahl. He was bouncing off. It looked like the 81 there, and the 64. Lap number 1 going to be in the books. It'll be Brandon Massey leading lap number 1 as more contact back there with Kelly Dahl. He is sliding backwards. 4 wide, Smith in the middle. Now they just settle it back down to just 2 wide here tonight. This track, race fans, is so small and so fast. They were able to put it 4 wide and then settle it down just to 2 wide. And they still are back here throwing haymakers to each other. Al Smith is to the 12th position. Bartel's right now running in 11th. Kohlhaas is 10th. Millen there running now into the 9th position. Kelly Dahl right ahead of them. Everybody else in front of them kind of settling things out just a little bit. Wayne McDuff looking to the bottom. He's back down to the bottom. That is where Wild Wayne likes to play. Down there, he likes to go fishing a little bit. Cat fishing on the bottom. Out front, look at Hacker. He just passed up Massey. Massey tried to slide up in front of Hacker. Not going to be able to. Brian Hacker going to come back around here. He'll lead his 2nd lap of the night. So right now, Massey has 3 laps. Hacker has 1. Now 2 laps. He's going to come back this time. It'll be 3 laps for Hacker now. 6 laps officially in the book. Here comes Jimmy McIntyre. He's now looking to the inside of the 65 Old Shed Ironton, Ohio driver of Massey. Will he be able to take P number 2? 6 laps in the books just like that. These laps here tonight are going to go very fast here at the Fairbury Speedway. It looks like officially, look at the Dust Bowl flying here tonight. Massey going to be able to fall, or is going to hang on to 3rd, but he is going to be under pressure. Here comes Andrew Plank. Plank is coming in the Speed Energy 64 here tonight, but look at Wade McDuff down to the bottom still. Robbie Schaefer is right there also trying to come through this battle. Millen gonna bounce it off the turn 2 fence line with his Jack Daniels Jordan Head Racing entry. He's able to hold on to the 8th spot for the time being. Caution flag gonna come out. Cold Beer Coyer gonna be able to make it through the incident, but it looks like it's gonna be Nicholas Weatherby in the 42 entry and Brett Bartels in the Bartel Builders number 2. That brings out our first caution flag here of heat race, or sorry, of the feature event tonight. Heat race is already in the books, done a little bit ago. Let's throw it back here on this Turn 3 Racing replay and see what happened. Oh, Kelly Dog going to tag the 2 of Bartels, and then the 42 there of Weatherby, nowhere to go. Have to throw it in reverse just a little bit farther. Watching the number 2 right there. Kelly Dog drives it in just a little bit harder than Brett was able to. And then just the contact spinning the number 2 and then spinning the 42 also, as he had nowhere to go here tonight at Fairbury. It is a very tight track, and when something happens, it wads the entire field up. So that puts us under the first caution flag here of the evening. First caution flag here tonight brought to us by the M&M Country Store. M&M Country Store, a convenience store located in Peasleyville, New York. Gas, convenience, a small dine-in restaurant. Next time you're up there, make sure you stop in and visit the fine folks over at the M&M Country Store. iRacing Pace Truck gonna dive in. That means, race fans, we go back racing. 10 laps officially in the books. It's gonna be Hacker and McIntyre on your front row here as they come out of turn 4. Green flag back in the air here tonight at Fairbury, and a great start by Brian Hacker, and he's going to go straight to the top of the track. Massey going to dig down on the bottom. He's actually going to take back that position that he lost to McIntyre. Here comes McDuff, though, once again. Wild Wayne in the snap on 413. Look at the 3 wide. 2 of the Pennsylvania drivers make it 3 wide. Millen to the outside. Robbie Schaefer running the middle lane, and McLean down on the bottom. McLean, heat race number 1 winner, as he is now fallen all the way back to the 8th position. Contact there. Plank up into Millen. Millen into the outside wall. Everybody able to keep it going straight. McLean gonna contact there as he was a little sideways in the 3. He made contact with the 99 of Kelly Dole. Hacker, though, out front here tonight. He has led 8 out of the 14 possible tonight. Now it is 9. Massey's still there. McDuff, and then it's Schaefer looking to the inside here on McIntyre. McIntyre had a good start of the race in his Eddie's Meat Market 81 entry. Now he's on a backward slide since the restart, but he got great momentum that time down the back straightaway. Bietti up into the catch fence there, going to make contact. Andrew Plank going to go around. That's going to bring out our caution flag here. Plank in the Speed Energy 64, going to go around, bringing out the second caution flag here of our main event tonight. Well, let's throw it back on the Turn 3 Racing replay, see what happened there. There you see the 64 sideways actually ends up hitting Millen down there in turns 4 and around the 64 when. There you see the Speed Energy 64 sideways and Millen down on the bottom. They were 3 wide, and around goes Andrew Plank. Oh, Brett having nowhere to go in the number 2 machine. Made a little contact also with Andrew Plank, and that's going to actually tear up the front nose clip on this street stock, but don't worry. They have plenty of repairs after this week that they're going to be able to use before we head to the next event. As the next event up onto the schedule here for the Street Stockers will be next week from the Williams Grove Raceway in Pennsylvania, as it starts our Pennsylvania swing, and then that'll just mark just 3 races left after this one in the season. Well, we welcome everybody in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. We hope you enjoy a little dirt track racing action here with the Bartel Builder Street Stalkers, presented by the Upstate Racing League. It is the Do 40 here from the Fairbury Speedway in Illinois, and we are green flag racing with the Illinois boy out front. It's Hacker, but look at McDuff. He told me early in the season that this was going to be the race he was going to look for, and here he is now as he trades paint with Brandon Massey down the back straightaway. It will be McDuff taking over the second position. Look at the 3 wide back there. Bietti to the bottom. Schaefer in the middle. Millen was up top. A little bit of door banging action. Someone going around towards the back of the track. I believe that's the 99 of Kelly Dahl as he is pointed backwards in his Canadian Camaro. So, caution flag number 3 here tonight. Gonna come out. We have officially 18 laps as Bietti stuck on the Ute tire down to the inside there. See if the 45 is able to get that pointed back into the right direction as we watch our Turn 3 Racing replay. Let's watch the 99 of Kelly Dahl right here. See Kelly to the outside, bounces it off the wall there coming out of turn number 4. Oh, a little bit of a bump there from Brett in the number 2. Gonna send the 99 of Kelly around. And Kelly gets it pointed back into the right direction. The question is, what happened to Casey Bietti, though? I believe we have it back. It looks like Casey just ended up losing the handle on the 45 and puts himself onto the Ute tire. I think he was able to get her pointed back in the right direction, though, but I think he's going to lose a little bit of time on that one as we're coming to take the green flag here. It's going to be Hacker and McDuff back on the front row. Caution flag going to stay out here. So, possibly this time by. iRacing Pace Truck is back home in the infield. That means we're going racing. Green flag back in the air. We are racing here. Closing in on the halfway point as it's Hacker and McDuff side by side into turn 1. The inside lane here tonight, though, gonna prevail once again as Hacker. They're gonna take the race lead. He runs through the middle of the track. McDuff still down to the bottom. It's gonna be at the start-finish line. Hacker, McDuff. Look at Millen rip the lip and go to the outside. Robbie Schaefer, and it looks like that's Jimmy McIntyre there. 3 wide, who's down to the bottom. That is gonna be, I can't tell the car. It looks like that is Kohlhaas in the 29. He is coming to the front too. Hacker looked for a moment, or had a look from behind him. That was McDuff, who thought about being able to take the race lead, was not able to. Millen still up to the outside. He is going where they are not here tonight, as now he finds himself in third, as he is up against the cushion here tonight. Millen once again going to the top side. Brandon Massey now migrated. It looks like a lot of drivers going to the outside. Sam Warren having a little bit of issues in the 58 machine. He was able to gather it up. We stay green with just 18 laps to go. Brian Hacker this time into 3. Look at Millen. He's going to look to the outside here on Wayne McDuff. That's going to be the battle for the second spot. McDuff, they pull side by side down into turn number 1. Millen to the outside. He's going to see if he can carry the momentum. He is gonna, no contact that time out of 2. McDuff back down to the bottom. Hacker now moves up to the top. He saw Millen coming. Millen gonna clear Wayne McDuff. That'll put Millen now into the second position. Caution flag gonna fly here as it looks like the 13 of Coyer. Bringing out our 4th caution flag here in the main event tonight. Cold Beer Coyer. The caution flag here with just 16 laps to go. Well, let's cue it. Let's show it. What happened to Zach Coyer? Oh, and maybe a little help there from Casey Bietti in the 45. And Coyer going to go around in front of a couple of the drivers, and that's what's actually going to throw the caution flag here with 16 laps to go in the main event tonight. So just a call a 2-car, a little bit of a spin. Gonna bring us to just a quick halt, pause in the action. This caution flag here tonight brought to us by GoBowling.com. GoBowling.com is the website to go to when you need to reserve a bowling lane at your local bowling alley. Go to GoBowling.com. Get your lane reserved now, because once the pandemic is over with, they are going to be packed. Just like we pack them back up here. It's going to be Hacker starting on the outside. Millen going to go down to the bottom. Hacker fires off. We are back green flag racing. Here, Millen going to try to protect that second position. It's Hacker, Millen, and Brandon Massey. Here comes Massey to the outside. He is going to get around Millen. Contact. Millen going to go down to the bottom of this street stock. He's going to see if he can find a hole now. Wayne McDuff still down there catfishing. Paul LaCourte going to hit the Ute tire that time out of the corner. He wheelies the M&M Country Store 41. As now it looks like McIntyre going to go around. Also along with that, it's going to be Colin Phillip going around. Bartel's involved. Kelly Dahl going to lose the whole front end of the 99. Looks like Kelly Dahl losing a little bit of that car. So our fifth caution flag going to fly here. Gonna have to throw it back and see what happened. If we can find a good angle of this one, you're gonna see the Eddie's Meat Market 81 go down to the inside, and then the caution flag gonna fly when Bartels makes contact with the 53, and then Kelly Dahl nowhere to go. Brian Rogers also involved in that one, nowhere to go. See if we can throw it back here again. Here's the infield camera view of this one. Everybody was digging, as they know it's closer to the end of this race. They gotta go. They gotta get the positions while they can. So that puts us under a little bit of a caution flag here. Caution flag number 5 here tonight in the Street Stalkers event. Don't forget, race fans, coming up here in just a little bit, we are gonna bring you the live action as we're back to green flag racing action. The Pro Late Model's coming up next, but Millen makes it 3 wide down there in 1 and 2. Schaefer to the outside. Millen trying to get the 40 up there. Contact between Schaefer and Millen. McDuff down to the bottom. Look at Kohlhaas going to get shot like a rocket ship there in 4. He's going to come down to the inside here. It's just going to be 11 laps to go. This time by at the start-finish line. Look at the contact there between Kohlhaas and Millen. It is all Hacker, though, out front here tonight. Hacker is out front. It matches the to-go laps. The 11 leads with 11 to go. And Millen and Kohlhaas battle for the 4th and 5th position. Schaefer is right there. So is Al Smith down to the bottom with his machine. And right behind them is going to be Weatherby and LaCourte also. McLean is right there. This is right now the battle for, it looks like, the 10th all the way to the 4th position. Caution flag going to fly as Paul LaCourte going to spin it around. 6th caution flag here tonight going to wave. As this caution flag waves here, let's throw it back on the old replay. We were just talking about Paul LaCourte right there in that 41 machine. You see him down to the inside as they were 3 wide. McLean to the outside. He drives it in. What happens? Oh, just loses the rear end again. Tags the Ute tire. Spins it around 360. Paul LaCourte able to just join right back into the racing action. That's what brings us to this 6th caution flag. The Fairbury Speedway Victory Lane, looking for one of these drivers to see who is going to be able to come down here into Victory Lane. Is it going to be the Illinois boy? Is it going to be the driver out of Ohio? Could it be a New York boy? What about a Pennsylvania kid, or maybe the Western Tennessee driver going to come here and steal the show? The iRacing Pace Truck lights are out. We are closing in on the end here of the Do 40 tonight, presented by Brian Rogers Motorsports. Single file restart with 10 laps to go. It's going to be Hacker firing off first. Everybody's going to have to give chase. Hacker goes down to the inside, outside. Everybody goes to the outside except for Al Smith. He's going to try and go where they're not. He's going to try and get the Ford Mustang. A little bit of grip, a little bit of power down to the bottom, but it'll be 8 laps to go. And everybody just kind of rolling and ripping up top. Al's going to try and take the 96 to the outside. He's going to slide up in front of Weatherby. Weatherby makes a little contact back here. This is the battle for the 7th and 8th position. Weatherby going to go back down, try and work the bottom lane now. McLean back there driving some handling issues. He's going to slap Warren, and Warren is going to bring out the caution flag with 7 laps to go here in our Bartel Builders Street Stockers. So the 7th caution flag going to come out with Sam Warren spun around. Oh, let's go check it out. Let's see what we have to show here. There you see the 3 on the left-hand side of the screen. Vietti up into the outside fence. McLean just loses it, and unfortunately, there was just nowhere for those 2 drivers to go as they were going to make contact for regardless, and unfortunately, Warren right there going to be the one to get spun around. So we'll see on this restart, what is it going to be? If it's a double file restart here with just 7 laps to go, or if we stay single file as the iRacing pace car lights are still on here tonight at Fairbury. You are watching the Bartel Builder Street Stockers. It's the Do 40 here tonight, the Upstate Racing League. It is Thursday night. That is the home of the Upstate Racing League right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. They started back in the fall with their asphalt side of things. Steph Marinac was able to win that championship. Now, here in the Street Stockers division, it's the guy from Illinois trying to win here at Illinois for the Fairbury Speedway. It's Hacker out front. Then it looks like as the timing and scoring updates, that is Brandon Massey, then Wayne McDuff, Millen, and Kohlhaas. Green flag going to fly this time. Green flag back in the air. Just 6 more laps to go here at this very small track they call Fairbury. Everybody single file up against the top shelf there. Nobody was doing side-by-side battles until you go all the way back here. That's Paul LaCourte trying to rip around the outside of Brian Rogers. It'll be 5 to go, though, this time by at the line for a lot of these drivers. The Eddie's Meat Market 81 machine. That is Jimmy McIntyre. He has fallen back through the field. Remember, at one point, he was charging through the field. He was up to the 2nd position. Now has fallen all the way back to the 12th position and trying to hang on. Cold Beer Coyer having a little handling issues on the 13 machine. Where's your race leader? There's the gap between 1 and 2. There is Hacker, and there's about a 4 or 5 car length gap back to Brandon Massey. Massey trying to have his best finish of the year. He has finished 3rd a couple weeks ago in the Pro Late Models. Now the old shed driver trying to outduel the Hacker here tonight. Warren down to the inside. He's going to pull the 58 car down onto the inside. It's going to be 2 laps to go. The popsicle sticks fly that time by at the line. It is Hacker. It is Massey. It is McDuff. It is Millen in 4th. Schaefer rounds out the top 5 right here as we're going to get the butt kicker. 1 to go here tonight. It's the Do 40 here tonight as Massey's going to drive it hard into turn number 1. He's going to jump the cushion. He's going to try and give chase into 3. Last-ditch effort by the driver of the 65. Not going to be enough. It is going to be Brian Hacker winning the Do 40 here in the home state of Illinois. It's at the Fairbury Speedway. Hacker's going to win. It's going to be Brandon Massey finishing 2nd. Then it's going to be Wayne McDuff finishing 3rd. Millen is 4th. Schaefer is 5th. Smith comes home 6th. Weatherby going to finish into that 7th position. Kohlhaas is 8th. Watkins finishes 9th. Coyer finishes 10th. McIntyre is 11th. Andrew Plank is 12th. Bartel is going to come home 13th. 14th going to be Bietti. Then it's LaCourte, Rogers, McLean, Warren, Phillip, and Dahl right now finishing out your 20-car field for your main event here from the Fairbury Speedway. Hacker's going to celebrate just a little bit. We'll let him celebrate. We're going to step away for just a moment. We'll be back here at Fairbury for your post-race shows brought to us by Austin Design.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Well, welcome back here, race fans, to the Fairbury Speedway. It was the Bartel Builders Street Stalkers tonight, the 240 right here at Fairbury Speedway, and I am in the Fairbury Victory Lane for your Austin Designs post-race show here. It's the Bartel Builders Victory Lane celebration, though. Brian, you do it again, and not only just any old win tonight, it's here at the hometown state. Yeah, that's coming up in just a little bit. You know, you win the street stock event, that's got to feel great. You have a great car, you have a great crew that set this car up. But what about now stepping into something that has a little more power out here? How's that race going to develop here a little bit later on under the lights?
To win a race running the cushion is a rare feat.
Well, now I will not tell you that I just made a rookie mistake and forgot to turn your microphone on. So go ahead. How do you feel about later? But no, you talked about how the bottom is going to get slick and everybody might move kind of around and find the groove. But you got to feel good taking this win, going into the next one, and kind of closing in on the end of the season here. You don't only lead the points in the street stock division, you also lead the points over the pro late model division. What's it going to take here over the next 3 weeks to kind of close these events out?
Yeah, I had a little more breathing room in the street stock, so, winning this tonight feels pretty good. I think I've got a good shot here for the rest of the season, only a few more races to go after tonight. But the late models are definitely tight, so that's kind of where my focus is right now. So I'd love to sweep it tonight. I don't know if it's going to be possible. Robbie Schaefer's fast as always. He's good at these slick tracks, so we'll see. I'm certainly going to give it my all.
Well, congratulations once again here, Brian. As always, the red carpet is out here in Fairbury. The microphone's in your hand. Who do you got to thank to park this Speed 51 Western Super Series number 11 in Victory Lane?
Yeah, the Western Super Series on the side. Narrative Coffee, who's been on my car for a long, long time. Austin Designs, who's a sponsor of URL, is the one that put this car together, and I'm biased, but I think it's the best looking one in the group. Thanks to you, thanks to Eton Proton and the McDuff brothers for putting this thing on and doing what they do, and a special shout out to the Carbon Junction boys and them launching their new product line.
Well, there you heard it from your winner here tonight. Brian Hacker's gonna do it in the home state of his own. Congratulations to that whole crew. As we catch up with the guy who finishes second here tonight, it's gonna be the driver out of Ironton, Ohio. It's the GoBowling.com second place finisher. It's the Old Shed. Brandon, it's been a big week for you. You and the Old Shed group over there getting a new location coming, and you having your best finish now right here tonight at Fairbury.
Yeah, Roger, I'm beyond stoked with our second place finish. I knew once the bottom went away from us and we moved to the top that we was going to have to do everything we could to get past Brian. Brian's fast. He has been all year. And but that was good racing. But, yeah, man, well, I'm excited for the Old Shed and the Old Shed family and the group and the new location coming. And we should have the storefront open sometime mid-June, so we're excited for that. And then me and my wife, we took over the graphics business and we started that up, so we've been busy with that. So big things going on. We're happy with second, beyond happy with it. So get ready for this late model race tonight and see what we got for them.
Yeah, how do you feel about whipping out the high horsepower here in just a little bit?
So just like last week, myself, Big Country Cohos, and Josiah, we turned just about 115, 120 laps in a practice session on a worn-out racetrack. So we're prepared for a slick racetrack. We're going to be good. We know what we want as far as our setups go, and I expect to see myself and the 29 and the 40 somewhere in the top 5 tonight.
Well, it's going to take a little bit of a challenge a little bit later on because those guys are some fast drivers. But who do you got to thank for your GoBowling.com second place finish?
First thing, Roger, I want to thank Jesus Christ, man. Without him, we couldn't be able to do this. I want to thank my wife for giving me the time to do this. I want to thank my mom and dad and the old Shed family for coming on board. My kiddo, she was watching. Hi, Alexis. She was watching. She called me. She said, Dad, that was awesome. So shout out to her. Braxton Lee, Greg Howard, man, all my supporters, man. We appreciate each and every one of you, and we hope to have a solo night from the late models here in a little bit.
Well, there you heard it from Brandon Massey and the whole crew out of Ohio. That driver going to come home in our second place GoBowling.com finisher. Third place here tonight, man, it has been a long one coming. It is going to be Wayne McDuff. Wayne, how about a podium finish, my man?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. Been putting a lot of work in on the late model and haven't really spent a lot of time in this car, but between talking with Brian and Al and trying to, figure out the tricks to getting it to go fast, it's really definitely paying off.
Well, I can tell you a little bit of a trick, my friend. Gas pedals on the right, turn left.
Yeah, if it was only that easy, I would have done good a long time ago. But it's definitely been a long time coming. Put forth a lot of effort and a lot of laps, and like I said, mostly focus on that late model. Really want to capture a podium or a win, and that would be fantastic. I couldn't even imagine, but it feels great to be here, and I can't thank Brian and Al and my brother Justin and the guys that have always stood behind me and helped me out along the way. I really appreciate all the help they've given me and the time they've put into this whole thing with me.
Yeah, a lot of time goes into these events here on iRacing. But, we talked about the late model coming up here a little bit, but tell me about this race. You had to hold off two of the Pennsylvania boys, and they were coming through the field pretty quick. Millen and Schaefer, and you can't forget Al, that was sitting back there also. Were you worried there in that final last stretch of the run that those drivers were going to be able to come around you at all, or did you have the car that was going to be able to just hang on for that podium spot?
Well, I'll be honest with you, like Brian had mentioned in his interview, I'm usually a bottom feeder, and once that bottom head went away, and then the middle had a little bit for a little while there, and I was doing okay with that for a very, very brief time. Then I had to step up there where I really do not like to run, and that's the high line, and I was really a little nervous on the edge feeling, but kept it kind of straight and tried to, enter the corner nice and smooth and get off kind of relatively the same way, and it seemed to pay off. I got into Josiah a little bit the one time there, and I apologize for that, and hopefully he's okay with it. Didn't really mean to do it. It was a little bump, but it was a great race overall, and I was definitely a little nervous seeing him right there in the rearview mirror, but definitely paid off, and pretty excited to be here.
Yeah, it's got to feel pretty good. But hey, who do you got to thank for finishing tonight here on the podium at Fairbury?
Well, like I said, I got to thank Brian and Al, my brother Justin. They've like I said, they've helped me out a lot with advice and trying to keep me out of the gutter when I get down after a bad race or whatever. And I got to thank you for doing what you do in the booth. It's great. I love hearing your voice, and now I get to actually be in the booth with you talking. It's amazing. And I got to thank my wife for letting me buy a brand new computer and get back into racing, because my old one kind of died out on me, and now we're back in, and glad we got back in when we did. And, I just got to thank everybody. It's just great. I'm just very happy to be here.
Well, congratulations, Wayne, on your podium finish here tonight. Good luck tonight in the main event for your late models.
Thanks. Hopefully I get to talk to you then, too.
Well, there you heard it from Wade McDuff. He finishes tonight in the third position. All these drivers battled hard here from the Fairbury Speedway, but nobody was able to beat Brian Hacker. Congratulations to Brian Hacker and the whole crew over there. But we are going to take a quick break here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, and we will be back right here from the Fairbury Speedway with the Bartel Builders Pro Late Model Series here for the Do 75 coming up in just a little bit. You just watched the Street Stock event, and Hacker, Massey, and McDuff finish 1, 2, and 3. We will be right back here to bring you the main event later.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Bowling brings people together.
Right down the middle. You got it. Uh-oh. Good job.
Connect with family and friends. Go bowling.
The Butt Kicker Gamer 2. What you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Bowling brings people together.
Right down the middle. You got it. Uh-oh. Good job.
See what you can do, man.
Wait.
That's a strike right there.
Connect with family and friends. Go bowling.
The most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic, real world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $400,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Simulated racing can be awesome, but it can also be kind of a free-for-all. Interestingly, auto racing faced the same problem in its earlier days. Whether it was on the back roads, the beaches, or the city streets, the racing was always fun. But there was always a certain level of chaos or danger until some folks came along and put some order to all of this. Stuff like official racetracks, regulations about weight and equipment, and enforcement of standards. That's what gave us high-speed excitement, fast-paced action, and photo finishes. That's when racing became racing. The guys over at iRacing.com have made the same transformation in the world of sim racing. See, iRacing analyzes the performance and results of each driver in every race, so you can be sure you're always placed in races where the competition will be tight and that those reckless drivers who ruin it for us all will be kept in the pits. Not to mention that with members in over 130 countries already in their vast community, you can find races day and night, so you can always get in the action. You can even join a league of your favorite series and work your way up to one of 7 world championships, offering over $500,000 in prize money. And since updates are always automatic, you don't have to worry about software and can focus on the track. Zip up your fire suit and check out iRacing.com.
Welcome back here, race fans, tonight to the Fairbury Speedway. You're watching the Turn 3 Racing Network. It is the Bartel Builders Pro Late Model Series presented by the Upstate Racing League. It is time for the main event, the Pro Late Models, the Do 75 coming your way right here next. Right now, still in our kind of warm-up session for these drivers, getting them a couple laps tonight here with the late models after they just got out of the Street Stockers, where Hacker, Massey, and McDuff, Wayne McDuff, all finished on the podium here tonight. We got to thank some of our sponsors, though, before we get into the main event. GoBowling.com, Tri-State Soft Wash, Residential and Commercial Cleaning, Austin Designs, our post-race show here tonight, and of course, Butt Kicker, feel what you've been missing. SUNY's Country Market, Track Racer, redefining gaming, and of course, the Upstate Racing League. This little practice session, about 20 seconds from being over. Chris Brown out of Kokomo, Indiana, right now has the top time. The driver of the 45. Out of Derby Lane, Vermont, the Creative Counters driver of KCB Eddy is sitting there second. The driver of the 289, Jeremy Weatherby, the Rhino Graphics, Brodell Energy Welsh Motorsports driver, is sitting in that third spot. Hacker sitting fourth right now on our timing and scoring. Brian Hacker just won a little bit ago. He is looking to see if he can pull a double here tonight at Fairbury. 17 drivers have made their way in here. As you see it, just like that, we are gonna take to our first heat race of the night as our flag man up there waving that flag. What do you say we get right in things here tonight, race fans, as everybody started to take to the grid? It'll be a 6-driver field here for heat race number 1. On the front row here tonight, it's going to be the driver out of South Glen Falls, New York. That will be Al Smith. Starting his outside in the Enchanted Water Safari machine, that's going to be the 24 of Nicholas Weatherby. Behind them, it'll be Casey Bietti and Josiah Millen. Starting in the 5th and 6th position, then, will be the Ironton, Ohio driver of Brandon Massey in the old shed, and Brian Rogers Jr. in the number 12. That is your 6-car field here for heat race number 1. 2 laps the distance before we get these butt kicker heat races started tonight. Millen still out there supporting his throwback paint scheme from 2 weeks ago for the Bartel Builders throwback from Eldora. So let's see if it brings him a little bit of luck here tonight at Fairbury. iRacing Pace Truck is down and away. Let's cue it. Let's show it. Heat race number 1. Gonna go green flag this time by. Out of turn 4. 12 laps the distance here for heat race number 1. Smith gonna go down to the bottom, leaving Weatherby to the outside. Here comes Bietti. Contact a little bit farther back, as that was between Millen in the 40M and the 65M there of Brandon Massey. And Rogers going to tail the field right now. 1 lap in the book. It's going to go to Al Smith out front as he works the bottom with the coach's corner. Manfield Orthodontist 96 here tonight. He is going to lead another one here. Just 10 laps to go here in heat race number 1. Weatherby and Bietti. Contact down the back straightaway. Weatherby making contact with the 45 of Bietti. He goes to the outside. Weatherby now going to see if he can come back around the 45. He will not be able to by the time they get to turn number 1. It looks like it is Al Smith trying to run away with this one here tonight. Still that side-by-side battle here for that 2nd position. Weatherby, now Massey going to peek to the inside. Massey going to smack the U-tire. Massey made contact there, bringing out the first caution flag here of the evening. The old shed driver out of Ironton, Ohio. Bringing out the caution flag here. He made a little contact. Let's throw it back. Let's see what we can find. First turn 3 racing replay here tonight for the Pro Late Model Series. Let's see where Massey goes wrong with this 65 machine. See the old shed trying to find a way around these drivers. He caught him, just wasn't able to get around them. He goes down to the bottom here. Bietti kind of going a little sideways, losing a little bit of a handle down on the bottom. A little slick just yet down there. And the 65 of Massey coming into the side of him. That brings out our first caution flag here of heat race number 1. Smith still leading the way. He has led every lap so far here tonight. So it's Smith, Bietti, Millen, Weatherby, Rogers, then Massey. All 6 drivers still out here on track. So the iRacing Pace Truck going to dive it in here. We will go back racing with just 7 laps to go here at Fairbury. Heat race 1 for the 275 tonight. Gonna fire off. Smith gonna get another great start. He's gonna take the Mansfield Orthodontist entry 96 down to the bottom in turn number 1. Everybody else gonna rip the lip in turns 1 and 2. Millen having a little bit of a handling problem. Couldn't quite put the power down on his 40. You see him smack the wall once again with that big old moose on the front out of the Jordan Hen stables. But Smith, so far, has been able to lead everything here tonight. You hear him off the throttle, a lot of off-throttle time here in the Pro Late Models. It'll be 4 laps to go this time by for Al Smith. Will he be able to lead from the start to the end here? Bietti is still there trailing, trying to find a way around. He's not running the bottom like Smith is. He's about a half a car length up. Oh, smacks the wall that time down the back straightaway. Weatherby going to start to close in on him. It'll be 3 laps to go. Millen having some handling issues. He goes way high that time out of turn number 4. That allows Massey to get around him in the old shed 65. So Massey picks up the 4th position. Millen back to 5th. Rogers right now in the Yoo-Hoo machine trailing the field as he Looks like he's been into the fence one time here tonight. 2 to go that time by for Al Smith. It is still Smith and Mietti, then Weatherby. This time by, it'll be the butt kicker. 1 to go here for Al Smith. Just one more lap in heat race number 1. Will Smith be able to finish this one out? Heat race number 1 gonna go to Smith. Then it's gonna be Mietti, Weatherby, Massey, Millen, and Rogers finishing out heat race number 1 here. So a good showing by Al Smith, able to lead all 12 actual laps here tonight in heat race number 1. So heat race number 1 already in the books. Heat race number 2, we're going to take to the grid here in just a quick second. Heat race number 2, grid going to look like this. It's the Belden Motorsports Racing to Stop Bullying starting lineup. Starting on the front row, the driver of the number 2, the Bartel Builders number 2, that is Brett Bartels. Starting second position, it's the SUNY's Country Market, Richard French in the 926 machine. Row number 2, Paul LaCourte in the M&M store. Then Robbie Schaefer, the Full Moon Garage 97 driver. Behind them, the Western Tennessee Ira Kohlhaas entry. And then it'll be Kokomo's own of Chris Brown. That is your 6-car starting lineup here for heat race number 2 tonight for the Due 75 right here at the Fairbury Speedway. Pace truck gonna dive in this time, race fans. We will go racing here in heat race number 2. Who will be able to pick up the heat race number 2 victory tonight here at Fairbury? Well, let's find out as we put another 12 laps on the board here. 6 drivers. Let's go racing at Fairbury here in heat race number 2. Clean start by all 6 drivers. Question being, who will lead lap number 1? It looks like it's going to be Brett Bartel's contact a little bit farther back in the field. That looks like LaCourte making contact with French and Schaefer. Schaefer bringing the Full Moon Garage 97 into second. And then more contact. LaCourte going to make the contact with French. They are duking it out for that 3rd position. It looks like right now Brown is just kind of sitting back there, roaming, lurking in the background, not bringing the Crown Lifts truck number 1 up in there to get any damage done right now. Looks like Kohlhaas in his bearded machine back here is sitting just shotgun to the field right now. Everybody has single filed out as Bartel, Schaefer, French, your top 3. Then it's LaCourte, Brown, and Kohlhaas, the rest of your field, rounding out 6 drivers to take to the grid here. Looks like Brown has gone to the top side, and he may have found a little bit of speed up on the top side of the shelf here. 6 laps to go that time by. Bartel's just running a clean race down on the bottom here tonight at Fairbury. Has not stepped out of line yet here tonight. Looks like Schaefer, though, is starting to close the gap in on Bartel's. Will he be able, though, to run him down and pass him? Those are 2 different things. Running him down and passing. 2 completely different worlds. This time by out of turn number 4, it'll just be 4 laps to go here for the number 2 of Bartels and Schaefer. Bartel Builders, Bartel Customs, Craft Fitness entry here tonight out of Spirit Lake. Now here comes the Hamburg Full Moon Garage driver, Robbie Schaefer, to the inside. Schaefer going to go to the bottom here. Bartel's going to go to the top shelf. Out of turn number 4, drag race to the start-finish line. Who had it at the line? It's going to be Bartels leading again. Just 2 laps to go here at Fairbury. Will the outside lane for Brett Bartels come in? It looks like he may have tagged the outside wall a little bit going into 3. That'll leave Robbie Schaefer at the line with just 1 to go here in heat race number 2. Is it going to be Schaefer coming back around here to win heat race number 2? Looks like it's going to be Schaefer. Then the battle for second, it's going to be Bartels, then French, Brown, Kohlhaas, and LaCourte. Heat race number 2, just like that, going in the books. Robbie Schaefer out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania in the Full Moon Garage. He will win heat race number 2. So already with 2 heat races in the books here tonight, let's see what's going to go next here. As it was Smith winning heat race number 1. Then it was Schaefer winning heat race number 2. Heat race number 3, going to take to the grid, and it's going to be a handful here. It's going to be 5 drivers for heat race number 2. As this is your Racing to Stop Bullying starting lineup here for heat race number 2. It's going to be Wayne McDuff starting on the front row. Then it's going to be Jeremy Weatherby. It looks like he's going to miss the grid here, so he'll start from pit road. Then it'll be Brian Hacker and Devin Johnson in the 83. And then starting shotgun to the field here tonight, it'll be the driver of the number 9. It's the SUNY Country Market entry, number 9, on Brian Jones. That is your starting lineup here for heat race number 3, heat race number 3. So it'll be Wayne McDuff. Looks like Robbie Schaefer's longtime fan in attendance here tonight, the lone fan right now. As we're going to go racing this time off turn number 4. A little bit of a jumbled start here, but it looks like it's going to be Wayne McDuff leading us down into turn number 1. And I think Devin Johnson losing a little bit of handling on his 83. So right now it's McDuff, Hacker, Jones, and Johnson. Weatherby sitting down there on pit road. McDuff gonna try and see if he can hold off his good buddy here, Brian Hacker. Both of them finished on the podium just a little bit ago. There you see it off the back of Wayne McDuff's 413 entry. There you see the 11 of Brian Hacker running in second position. A little bit farther back, you see Brian Jones back there trailing these guys. He is running in the 3rd position. There he is. A little bit farther back, it's the 83 entry here tonight, having a little bit of issues. The 83 of Devin Johnson out of Fulton, Illinois. It looks like Jeremy Weatherby has brought his 289 officially out onto the track, and it looks like he is going to be shown 3 laps down right now. I think it's just getting some laps on the track for this driver. All Wayne McDuff here with just 6 laps to go here, heat race number 3. Will Wild Wayne be able to win? So will Wayne McDuff be able to lead all the laps? Smith led all the laps in heat race number 1. Schaefer was able to lead the final 2 in heat race number 2. Will McDuff be able to just kind of sit up here and run away? Right now, it looks like he is running about 0.3 of a second faster than the 11 of Brian Hacker. Hacker not hacking right now at anything, but just sitting back here. Was able to win the main event in his home state here just a little while ago, but right now, not able to run down Wayne McDuff. Wayne just had his best finish in the Street Stockers event earlier, finishing 3rd. Now he's looking to back it up with a heat race win here in heat race number 3. It'll be 2 to go that time by at the line here, so just 2 more. Only a half mile of racing for Wayne McDuff here on this small little bull ring in Illinois. That's the butt kicker 1 to go here for Wayne McDuff. He looks like he is going to be able to win heat race number 3. So a good start to the night so far for McDuff. As he'll come across the line, he wins heat race number 3. So it's McDuff, Hacker, Jones, Johnson, and then Weatherby will round out our field here tonight. So Wayne McDuff putting in a little overtime here tonight at Fairbury. Hacker going to finish in that 2nd spot. Another strong finish. It looks like our warm-up session here before the big show. So we have 3 winners tonight. We have Smith, Schaefer, and McDuff. We'll see if we're able to actually grab any of these guys to see if we can find out what was going on out there. Let's just start things off right away and talk to the driver of the 413. We have heard from him already once tonight, race fans. Let's see. Wayne, another strong finish for this 413. You're going to lead every lap of your heat race. How was the track conditions out here?
Oh, the track was really nice. Found a lot of bite in the middle of the track about halfway through the heat race, and it really helped the car out a lot.
So now that you have some laps we'll call it 12th to be exact, under racing conditions. How do you think this main event's going to go for you in this 413 crew?
Well, I'm thinking it's they're working the track over again, so I want to say that going into the feature, it's going to be a pretty even track from top to bottom. But as the night goes on, going by the practice that was here last week, we had turned quite a few laps with some cars on it, and the track ended up wearing out to where the bottom actually became the really fast line, and that's what I'm hoping happens tonight, because that's the place where I want to be.
Yeah, we don't see you venture to the top side very often, so that'd be we'll call it a good strategy here tonight if it was able to work and stay down at the bottom of the track here tonight. Wayne, well, hey, good luck. Congratulations on heat race number 3 win.
Thank you very much.
There you heard it from the driver out of Hudson Falls, New York. That was Wayne McDuff. He picks up that heat race. You see him all working in the track right now. So as they work in the track, let's see, maybe we can grab another. We're in with another one of the drivers that were out there tonight. See if we can get a hold of the driver of that 96 of Al Smith Jr. Al, a heat race win for yourself here and leading every lap of it. Are we going to be able to see a repeat here coming up in the feature?
Hopefully. We had a good Mansfield Orthodontics number 96 last time by, and it was a pretty good race for us. Hopefully that'll be good.
So a really good run. You think the track is going to stay to the top side here tonight? We talked to Wayne just a couple moments ago. He said he thinks this groove is going to go to the bottom of it. And do you think that car is going to be able to roll the bottom?
I think so. I think we got 75 laps here tonight, Roger, and it's going to be quite a long race out there. So I think the track is going to see a lot of change. I think the top side will be the way to go at the start, but then I believe it might go to the bottom. Go pretty bad there on the other side.
Well, Al, good luck here tonight in the main event for the Do 75. We'll see if we're getting a chance to talk with you after this one.
All right, thank you guys. Hopefully you enjoy the show. I got to thank Brian Rogers Motorsports for making tonight's broadcast possible here, and Bartel Builders for sponsoring the series. It's couldn't do it without them.
Well, there you heard it from Al Smith out of South Glen Falls, New York, the driver of that 96 machine here tonight. Let's see, I believe we have one more possibly hanging out here somewhere. Well, let's see if we can talk to the driver out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania. He's the driver of the 97. Robbie Schaefer, congratulations on your heat race win. What do you think that's going to entail for the rest of the night here? Robbie Schaefer. Hamburg hot dog, Robbie Schaefer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Robbie Schaefer has left the building. I'm just kidding. He's out there right now, but he's getting himself prepared. He wasn't able to give us a moment of his time here tonight. As the clock ticks down here on the warm-up session, we got to give a rundown here and thank all the sponsors that make this possible here tonight to put on the show. We got to thank Bartel Builders and all they do here for the Upstate Racing League. They are our main sponsor. They focus on providing high-quality service and construction needs, whether it's new construction, repairs, installs, or damage. The Bartel Builders have you covered. GoBowling.com. When this is all over, race fans, I'm going bowling. You're coming bowling with me. Let's get together. Head on over to GoBowling.com and let's get a reservation now. The Tri-State Soft Wash, residential and commercial cleaning. There's no job too big. There's no job too small. No job too messy for the Tri-State Soft Wash. Austin Designs, our post-race show here for the Upstate Racing League. And Butt Kicker. Feel what you have been missing. SUNY's Country Market, where all the Upstate racers go. Track Racer, redefining gaming. I got a rig on the way here. We're going to set it up tomorrow in the Turn 3 studios and see what if we can get any faster like these boys here for the Upstate Racing League. And we got to thank all the guys at the Upstate Racing League for what they do to bring us the quality racing that we see every Thursday night right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. But it looks like it is time, race fans. Everybody is starting to take to the grid here. Let's take you through this starting lineup brought to us by Bolden Motorsports, racing to stop bullying. On the front row, winning heat race number 1, the man out of South Glen Falls, New York, that is Al Smith Jr. To his outside, out of Hamburg, Pennsylvania, the driver of the 97 Full Moon Garage, winning heat race number 2, and that is Robbie Schaefer. Starting in row number 2, winning heat race number 3, out of Hudson Falls, New York, it's the Snap-On Cerebral Palsy Foundation 413, that is Wild Wayne McDuff. To his outside, it's the Tri-State Soft Wash Rookie of the Year candidate, that's the 45, Casey Bietti. Starting in row number 3, it's the Bartel Builders, Brett Bartel's number 2. The number 11 of Brian Hacker. Gonna start there in row 3. Row 4, it's the Nicholas Weatherby entry in the 24. Then it's gonna be the 926 of Richard French. Row number 5, Brian Jones in the number 5 or the number 9 on row 5, and it's gonna be the 65 of Brandon Massey. Row 6, it's Chris Brown and Devin Johnson. Row number 7, it's Millen and Cole Haas. Row 8 here tonight, Weatherby and Rogers. Starting shotgun to the field, the 41 of Paul LaCourte. We are going racing this time by race fans. Let's get ready. It's the Do 75 from the Fairbury Speedway. Smith and Schaefer going to lead us out of turn number 4. We are green flag racing here at Fairbury. Green flag comes out as you see everybody jockeying for position. It's going to be Robbie Schaefer, though, in the Full Moon Garage entry, leading lap number 1 here tonight. So Schaefer getting the jump on Smith, leading lap number 1. Here comes Casey Bietti to the outside. He's going to bring the monster DC shoe, number 45, up into the second position. And look at Hacker. He's already up here. He's going to battle with Smith. Smith was your pole center here tonight in your main event. He has fallen all the way back to 3rd and trying to hang on to that 3rd position as Brian Hacker is looking to the outside here. Smith hoping that that inside lane is going to come up and get the grip tonight. Right now it looks like Paul LaCourte a little down on power, and somebody going to go around. It's going to be the number 9 of Brian Jones, as that's going to bring out the first caution flag here of the evening. Well, let's check out what happened to the driver of the number 9. And this is watching back on the replay. A couple of these drivers a little bit behind. Looks like there is Brown, there is Millen, there is Jeremy Weatherby. Oh, it looks like Brian Jones came up and tried to slam the door on the number 1 of Chris Brown. Unfortunately, Brown was there, and there was no room. Unfortunately, that puts Brian Jones on his lid here tonight, so that brings out the first caution flag of the evening on lap number 3. So we're going to restart him. It looks like Schaefer's going to choose the inside lane, then it's going to be Bietti, then it's going to be Smith and Hacker, French and McDuff, your top 6 drivers here when we go back to green flag racing. We got to thank everybody for tuning in here tonight on the Turn 3 Racing Network. Watching the Bartel Builders Pro Late Model Series right here from the Fairbury Speedway for the Do 75, presented tonight by the Brian Rogers Motorsports. iRacing Pace Truck is down and away. No fans in attendance here, just the drivers and the crews of these cars here at Fairbury. And the green flag is back into the air, and Robbie Schaefer steps on the loud pedal. He smashes the gas, and he turns left real fast. And here comes Al Smith fighting back to the inside. But Bietti up against that outside fence line. He is going to get the momentum piled up back here in turn number 3. One of them on the lid, Devin Jones. Looks like Rogers is back here. Bartels, LaCourte, they're all back here. Caution flag not coming out, kind of causing a little bit of a mess here tonight. So caution flag number 2 going to come out, and we will have to see Calamity Corner down here in turn number 3 tonight. Let's throw it back on this replay and see. Let's go from over top. Watch Brett Bartel's here. He was running 7th at the time of the incident. What happens here to Brett? Oh, Wayne McDuff and him make the contact. Massey nowhere to go. Devin Johnson going to go up and over. Paul LaCourte involved in this one. Looks like Brian Rogers going to back up the Yoo-Hoo machine, and there came the race leaders. Their track was clogged, know where they were going to go. And that's the replay here for our second caution flag of the night. We'll see where everybody is scored now. Timing and scoring still shuffling around. There was some of that contact, remember, that just happened. So we'll see where everybody is scored. Right now it is scoring Al Smith out front here tonight. Hacker is running in the second spot. Schaefer is third. Weatherby is fourth. French is running fifth. Bietti is sixth. McDuff is seventh. Kohlhaas is eighth. Brown is ninth. And Millen will round out the top 10 currently as we're getting ready to go back green flag racing after our second caution flag here of the evening in the early stages. So it'll be Smith and Hacker. When we fire back off, there goes Smith. The green flag is back in the air. We are racing once again here tonight at Fairbury. Look at Robbie Schaefer. He had the lead for a moment, then he had to fall back. Now he's trying to bring the full move garage entry back to the inside here on Hacker. Not going to be able to get the momentum. Let's see what he does down here in turn one. He's going to go to the top side. So is Nicholas Weatherby. He is right there, but it is all Al Smith right now out front here tonight. 15 laps in the book, working lap number 16 as they come back across the start-finish line. Caution flag going to come out. Brandon Massey in the old shed has turned her around down here in turns 3 and 4. Caution flag 3 going to fly here on lap number 17. Let's check out what the truck is going to see. Brandon Massey was running at the time of the incident right there in about the 13th position. Brett Bartel is the number 2 Bartel Builders entry behind him. Here you see the old shed. It looks like he got a little help there. LaCourte nowhere to go because that spinning 65 was already turned around. That's what brings out the third caution flag here of the night. Race fans, thanks for tuning in here tonight at the Fairbury Speedway. No race fans in the seats here tonight, but you guys tuning in. So we got to thank all of you for tuning in here as Brett Bartel's going to get the wave around. So he'll be back on the lead lap running into the, looks like the 14th position right now. Only 2 drivers down a lap. That's going to be the 12 of Brian Rogers. Devin Johnson is back out on track. He is 5 laps down currently. And Brian Jones right now has called it a night in a SUNY's Country Market machine. He will be credited tonight with the 17th place finish. Everybody making the feature event here tonight at Fairbury as the green flag is back into the air. Al Smith hits the gas. As to the outside, here comes Brian Hacker. He's trying to keep the momentum wound up in that machine as Robbie Schaefer in the full move garage. He goes down to the bottom. Nicholas Weatherby once again up against the fence line. Look at them all. Chris Brown back here trying to come up through the field. He had a very slow start here tonight. Now he runs into the 9th position, but it is all Hacker and Smith. Hacker's making the outside lane work. Smith's going to bobble a little bit out of the corner. Hacker going to lead his first laps here tonight. Robbie Schaefer and Nicholas Weatherby and Casey Bietti all making contact. Kohlhaas making contact also. Kohlhaas going to lose a couple positions. Bietti up into the outside fence there in 3 and 4. Here comes Chris Brown down to the inside. Chris Brown trying to work his way still up through the field. Will he be able to pick up any more spots as he's down on the bottom now, trying to get around Bietti? Weatherby down to the inside for a moment there on Richard French and Robbie Schaefer. Still side by side for your race lead at the start-finish line. It will be Brian Hacker leading another one here tonight. So that means we've had 3 race leaders here tonight for the Dew 75. Already 26 laps in the books. Here comes Al Smith, and he's going to make a little contact there with his teammate there of Hacker. And Smith going to really throw it sideways, and he will lose the race lead. No longer side by side for the race lead, but Nicholas Weatherby, Robbie Schaefer are still side by side back here. Look at Bietti, he was sideways. Kohlhaas making contact with Brown just a little bit out of quarter 4. Everybody's able to keep on roaming. Roaming to find where the grip is going to be here tonight. Brown going to choose the middle groove that time. Kohlhaas going to almost lose it in the 29. He's going to hit McDuff, and then Kohlhaas into the outside fence. That opens up the door. Here comes Jeremy Weatherby. Didn't have the greatest heat race for the driver of that 289 machine, but now finds himself running into that 8th position. Kohlhaas now to the outside groove, trying to find some grip But it is all Brian Hacker now. They let the man of the number 11 get out front, and he is now walking away with this one tonight. The Speed 51 Western Super Series Ford Mustang driver, Brian Hacker, out of Illinois, trying to bring it home. Closing in on the halfway point here tonight, Al Smith, Brian Hacker out front. Then it's Richard French. Then it's Robbie Schaefer, who has the side-by-side battle right now with the 24, Nicholas Weatherby. They work down into the corner here as Weatherby goes to the outside. Vietti is also on the outside. Schaefer just kind of roaming the bottom down there with French. French is having a great run here in this Uni Country Market, 926. Still side-by-side racing. Oh, contact there between Schaefer and French. French actually going to be able to hang on to that 926. Schaefer does too, but he's going to lose ground. He's going to lose the spot to Nicholas Weatherby. Vietti is also right there. Vietti just can't seem to get the turn out of that 45 to go up here and battle. He's going to jump over the cushion again down there in turns 1 and 2. Everybody arcing real hard in these corners, tight corners here at Fairbury. Chris Brown starting to close in on this group of cars. See if he's able to bring the Crown Lift Trucks number 1 up into the battle. Looks like Vietti going to jump in it just a little bit. French under attack. Here comes Nicholas Weatherby to the outside. Weatherby and everybody else now lined up on the outside groove. Weatherby going to make the pass. Now Robbie Schaefer sends her full send out of the full move garage down into 1. And look at French, that inside lane maybe being burned off here in the early stages. Halfway home already in this one, just 34 laps to go here tonight. Brian Hacker's out front. Here comes Chris Brown sliding into turn number 1 in the number 1 USA entry. Not going to get the spot from Vietti, but not going to give up. The Kokomo, Indiana boy, never going to roll over, never going to say die. French going to go up and get in front of the 45 of Vietti. Vietti with a little nose shove to the driver of the 926. Now Vietti going to go down to the bottom and see if he can work around the inside. He's going to go in way hard. Slide job here from Vietti to French. French going to cross him over. He goes down below. Caution flag going to come out. Paul McCord is turned around here on the back straightaway. Or actually on the front stretch here he is right in front of us. Bringing out the 4th caution flag here of the night. So Paul is going to lose a lap, unfortunately, here to the race leaders. But he will be able to get the car pointed in the right direction. Oh, let's watch it back. What happened to Paul McCord here? He was battling with Josiah Millen and Ira Kohlhaas for the 10th, or the 11th, 12th, and 13th position. There's Brandon Massey, who was in the battle also. Oh, Paul going to jump the cushion. And it looks like Massey tried to check it up out of turn 4. Unfortunately, LeCourt all out of shape and out of the throttle. The R&R Garage M&M entry of Paul LeCourt going to go around. So that means we're going to bunch the group up as Devin Johnson gets a wave around. So he'll catch the rear of the field in his Bartel Builders. Craft Fitness, Craft Car Race Cars out of Fulton, Illinois. He'll tag the rear of the field. Green flag pending here. Green flag back in the air. Weatherby gonna jump quickly to the inside here on Al Smith. Smith tried to cross him back over, but Weatherby said no thank you. Al Smith's gonna go from 2nd all the way back to 5th in the blink of an eye, just like that. So it's Hacker, then Weatherby. Here is Vietti to the outside now of Robbie Schaefer. Here comes Brett Bartels. Also, Schaefer gonna slam the door on Brett Bartels, though. So it's Hacker, Weatherby, Vietti, Schaefer. As Smith is right here now, trying to take back the 5th position. He's going to pinch Bartels up to the top side. Who is going to walk away with this position? This is rubbing at its finest on this little short track tonight. Looking up down the back straightaway, more contact for that 5th position. Smith going to go back down to the bottom. That's where Nicholas Weatherby is also. It's going to be Brett Bartel's getting the run off of turn number 4. He'll hang on to the position. Here comes Casey Bietti looking to the outside here on Nicholas Weatherby. 53 laps in the books here, just 22 laps to go. And it's Hacker, Weatherby, Bietti, Schaefer. And then this two still duking it out. The 2 to the outside, the 2B of Bartel's. The 96, Coach's Corner entry of Smith down to the inside. Look at Robbie Schaefer. He's going to move down just a little bit of a groove. He's going to try and get around the 45 also. Back here is Chris Brown. That's Richard French down to the inside. Chris Brown was the man on the move there on that long run. Then the caution flag came out, bunched everybody back up. Now he's got to get back into a groove. With just 20 to go, he now finds himself running in the 7th position, and he's got around Richard French. French fading here in the late stages. He was up there battling inside the top 3 in the first 20 laps of this one. Now, with just 20 to go, finds himself back into the 8th spot. Massey's back here. He's in front of his teammate of Ira Kohlhaas, kind of sandwiched back here. The Mohica Esports entries, Millen, Massey, and Kohlhaas all running 10th, 11th, and 12th right now. But look at this. No running away and hiding tonight for Brian Hacker. Nicholas Weatherby going to go up and hit the cushion. They're all right there, all within about 5 car lengths of the race lead. And don't forget Robbie Schaefer. He is sitting there in that 4th position. Schaefer runs the middle. Not going to be able to squeeze up in front of Bartels as he's got to take the full moon barrage back down to the bottom shelf. Now he has room. Now he slots himself back up in line. There's no contact. Robbie Schaefer. Brett Bartel's making contact. Now Smith's going to sneak by. He's going to pick up 2 for 1. Here is Chris Brown to the outside. They make the contact. Brown's going to get shoved into the wall. Caution flag going to come out. Richard French in the Sunni's Country Market. 926 is going to wind up on his lid. Just 14 laps to go here tonight. Caution flag going to come out. Let's check it out what happened to Richard French in his 926 entry tonight. He was running about the 8th position at the time of this. There you saw everybody in front of him get that checkup, that big bobble. Oh, Richard tags the outside wall. Around goes the car. Millen gonna come in and door check Richard, and Richard gonna go up, and he winds up on his lid. Millen was able to carry on in the number 40, but how much damage is going to be done to the driver's car? We'll have to take a quick look at that. A lot of right front damage on the number 40 Boost Factory entry here tonight of Josiah Millen out of Topton, Pennsylvania. But it looks like we're going to double them back up. Hacker, Weatherby, Bietti, Smith, Bartels, and Schaefer. Brown and Weatherby, Millen, Massey, Kohlhaas, all going to do the battle. There'll be 10 laps to go when we take the green flag. There it is, green flag back in the air. Hacker going to smash it and go. He's going to go to the top side. Somebody getting turned around right off the start here. Looks like Smith, Massey, both on their lids. Brown's going to go around also. That's going to bring out another caution flag. So 2 of them back to back, 5 and 6. We will zoom this one out a little bit. Let's go from the tower camera here tonight at the Fairbury Speedway and see what just happened to Al Smith as he wound up on his lid and having to tow that car back to the garage area tonight. Oh, tag from Robbie Schaefer. Chris Brown nowhere to go. Weatherby nowhere to go. Massey tumbling up and over. Paul LaCour, Wayne McDuff also getting involved as everybody was trying to slow down and come to a complete stop. Watch it again. There you see the tag from the Full Moon Garage. Pretty wicked ride for Brandon Massey in the 65 also. So that's going to bring out our caution flag, and we'll see where everybody's going to be re-wrapped and shuffled to now. As it looks like it will be Hacker, then it will be Weatherby, Bartels, Bietti, Millen, and then Kohlhaas. So how things have changed here in the late goings. 5 laps to go here tonight in the Bartel Builders Pro Late Model Feature event for the new 75. Just 5 laps to go. Hacker back to the point. Then it's going to be Weatherby and Bietti. And then here comes Millen in the number 40 down to the bottom side. Couple of drivers overstepping the cushion. Looks like Robbie Schaefer assessed an EOL, so he started towards the rear of this field. The laps are going to click off quick here at the end, and it is all Hacker out front. It is Weatherby and Bietti still back there. So the popsicle stick's about to fly here tonight. 2 more laps to go here, just a half a mile of racing here tonight at Fairbury. Down the back straightaway, you see them all coming. It's gonna be 1 to go. This time by the butt kicker, 1 to go. White flag is in the air here for Brian Hacker. Can he go back to back? It is Hacker, Weatherby, Bietti. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. Here comes Weatherby with a last-ditch effort. Will not be good enough. It's going to be Brian Hacker, Nicholas Weatherby, Casey Bietti, Brett Bartels, Ira Kohlhaas, Brandon Massey, Chris Brown, Paul LaCourte in 9th. Wayne McDuff actually is going to pick up 8th at the line. Then Robbie Schaefer rounds out the top 10 here tonight. So Hacker going back to back here tonight at Fairbury. Boy, what an event for the driver. out of Illinois. Gonna line him up backwards here tonight as he goes back to back. Looks like he wants to do a little bit of celebrating. So we're giving him a chance to see if he wants to burn them down here, race fans, and then we'll get into our post-race show brought to us by Austin Designs. We're going to take a quick break. We'll see if we can talk to a couple of these drivers and see how the track conditions were out there tonight. Welcome back here, race fans. The 275 tonight for the Bartel Builders Pro Late Model Series presented by the Upstate Racing League, officially in the books. And I'm down here in Victory Lane, and, well, boys, you wouldn't believe who is down here. It's Brian Hacker. I mean, Hacker. We just talked to you, my friend, and now you come out here and sweep the weekend.
Yeah, it feels great, especially at the home state track, Fairbury. Like I said, I love this place. I was getting a little worried there at the end. There's a caution that came out, I don't know, 40 or 50 laps into the race, where I think it looked like myself and Al Smith kind of had the field in the rear view. We were checked out a little bit and didn't want to see that caution, and once we did and got everything stacked up, of course it wasn't easy, but I don't know, maybe this cushion thing might work out for me after all.
Well, you never know. You know, it says it on the back of your car here, grip it and rip it, and that's exactly what you did here tonight at Fairbury. But let's already put Fairbury in the past, in the books. How do you feel about loading up these cars and heading to Williams Grove next week?
It's probably not going to be a popular opinion, but I love Williams Grove, so it suits my driving style for whatever that means. But I like getting around Williams Grove. I know it's a tough track, and not many people care for it, or not as many people care for it. But I like it. I'm looking forward to it. So glad we're able to carry some momentum into it.
Yeah, I know I'm not a fan of that track. I love going there to watch it. It's only 45 minutes down the road. I love going there. Just not enjoying racing it on the sim at all. Maybe you're a little bit crazy, a lot of people say, and I'm going to go with them on this one. But hey, who do you got to thank for going back-to-back here tonight?
No question, I'm crazy. You're not wrong there. But first off, just want to, I don't know what happened on that first caution or second caution, whatever it was, where it looked like the 97 and the 45 kind of got the raw end of the deal. So they were fast, and sucks. They were quick. I hate to see them lose position like that. But same suspects we're gonna thank this week. So the guys that run URL, the guys that finished right there behind me, and Nick and Casey, they ran a good hard race. Speed 51 Western Super Series, Narrative Coffee, the Carbon Junction Gang, Austin Designs, who painted this car as well. We're looking to take these sponsors to a trophy run, so we'll see. We're in the home stretch.
Well, congratulations here once again, Hacker. But it's time to go. We got some other guys we got to talk to here tonight, all right?
Thanks, buddy.
There you heard it from Hacker. He's going to go celebrate tonight in his hometown state. He's going to sleep in his own bed here tonight, I hear, race fans. But I've caught up with our GoBowling.com second-place finisher here tonight, Nicholas Weatherby. Nick, it's a little bit of a test run for yourself here at Fairbury, a brand-new wheel and pedal setup, and you're going to be able to come home in P number 2.
Yeah, this wheel is definitely hard to handle. But now the wheel worked great. It took me a while to get used to it, but at the end I was hooked on the top and I was able to use it to my advantage.
Yeah, the top shelf is something that we know you're not afraid to go up there and run along that top shelf. We saw a lot of think you, though, could have got around the bottom to get around Hacker at all.
Oh no, there's almost nothing on the bottom in my opinion. I knew that on the top I was getting a really good run, even though through the corner I was going only quarter throttle and then full throttle in the straight. I would just get a good push from the cushion, and I raced Brian Hacker clean like I try to do with everyone, and I'm happy he won. And yeah.
Well, then other than Hacker and all them, is there anybody else that you got to thank for this second place finish here tonight?
Yeah, I gotta thank Shannon Forrest, Safari, Mesedrip, and Associates, Keith Blinsky, Appraisals, Rhino Graphics, Brian Ankins and his family, Farmers Insurance, Pistop, Rodell Energy, and Welch Motorsports. And I also gotta thank Al Smith for putting this league on, and the Bartel Builders to host this, sponsor this entire league.
Well, there you heard it from Nicholas Weatherby. He's going to come home in the second position here tonight. That leaves just one more interview here tonight, and that is the butt kicker third place finisher. That's going to be Casey Bietti. Casey buried deep in the field at one point here tonight, but you were able to drive to the front for a third place finish.
At the start, I got a really good start, got up to P2 and the caution came out, and then fell back to third, and then that caution came out, and another caution came out. And then I got the short end of the stick. Me and Schaefer both got the short end of the stick. I think I got pushed back to 6 when I should have been 3rd. But I think that late race caution, I really capitalized. Al got messed up on entry, and I just ripped the lip around like 3 cars through 1 and 2 on their restart.
Yeah, so it was a pretty quick car for yourself. Do you like this track, though?
I don't really know. If the track didn't slick over as fast, I think it would have been better. But once it really slicked up, you really had to be careful. And I'm not the most careful person. I like just throwing it in there, and I couldn't really do that tonight.
Yeah, but nonetheless, it still was a good finish here for you tonight, Casey. A third place finish. Who do you got to thank for your butt kicker third place finish?
I got to thank Bartel Builders for sponsoring the league. I think the sponsor of the night, Brian Roger Motorsports. I think that's about it for tonight.
Well, there you heard it tonight from our third place finisher, Casey Bietti, going to bring the Monster Energy DC shoe home in third. But it was all about the man out front. It's his home track. That is Brian Hacker. Won the Street Stalkers event. Won the Pro Late Model event here from Fairbury for the Dew 75. So congratulations to Brian Hacker. I'm sure he's going to celebrate this one long into the night, race fans. So I hope we will be able to catch him next week from Williams Grove. We head to Williams Grove, and then we head to Lernerville, and then we head to Knoxville to round out the season. So just 3 more events left on the schedule here for these Dirt Boys on a Thursday night. But that's about gonna do it here from the Fairbury Speedway. We thank everybody for tuning in. We still hope and wish that everybody is safe all around the world, and we hope to get together soon, and possibly, race fans, let's go bowling when all this is over with. But till we catch you next week from Williams Grove, everybody stay safe, and we'll catch you right back here on the 23 Racing Network.